Welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show. The former head of NFL refs. He was the head of NFL refs when Steve Mariucci was the head coach in San Francisco and also in Detroit. Mike Pereira returning here to the program. Does this bring back memories, Mike?
Oh, man. I always liked the mooch. Always liked the mooch. You always had to get. You were like this when you were a coach, by the way. You were always friendly, energetic, funny.
Not when he was not with the media though. I remember interviewing you for the first time, and I'm like, "Where's the
at the league meetings?" Was that?
No, I think you were on Lions Cam once.
Yeah.
And I don't know if things were going well or not. But
probably not.
You were pissed.
Yeah.
You're pissed. But Mooch, you're one of my favorite people on the planet. Same with Suze, who's filling in on tomorrow's program.
Good.
Suze is going to be here tomorrow. So I want to hit this. The fact that Shane Vereen reports as ineligible. An eligible receiver says, "I'm ineligible." How does this work, Steve? Is this something where Belichick's in the film room, or he's talking, or apparently Nick Saban was doing this in Alabama and he heard about it and he just waited for the right moment to bust it out? How does this come about?
By rule, it's legal, right?
Perfectly.
You can do that. Those things, reporting eligible, ineligible, are done in the kicking game quite a bit. All right. However, on offense, this was different. This was unique. This was not prepared for by the opponent at all.
Why would they?
Why would they? It's never happened. So I can understand Baltimore's confusion when 34 is lining up over there on the slot, and all of a sudden the guy announced to the fans, 34 is ineligible. I think the fans were like, huh? And so was C.J. Mosley. He ran over there late. And then Human is the tight end playing tackle with an eligible number. Boom. So to me, it was substitution with deceit. We got to have the officials, Mike, either allow time to match and substitute or line up to something crazy like that, or forget about that kind of substitution.
Yeah, I think it's against the intent of the rule. Yeah. I mean, the intent of the rule was to take an eligible number and let him line up inside his tackle, and it wasn't really for this, but it's legal what he did. Now, he's a smart guy. He knows the rules, and there's a 90-minute meeting, as you know, before when the officials come in and talk to you. He laid it out to the officials.
But
he said, here's what I'm going to do. Is this legal? And the officials said, yep, it is legal. So you know, it's just not the intent. And if you can figure out some way. But, you know, I've never met a coach, by the way, that didn't play to the edge of the rules. Okay, they always tried to gain an advantage by working. That includes you.
As far as the mechanics of the officiating, so Patriots knew what they were going to do. The officials knew that could happen, okay? And it happened, what, 3 times? Baltimore never knew it was coming. And by the time the official said he's ineligible, boom, the ball is being snapped just seconds later.
Yeah. But he came into the huddle. Shane Vereen, as I understand it, came into the huddle. Before he got to the huddle, he reported to Vinovich. Vinovich announced it. Here's one thing I'm convinced at. They don't listen to the announcements. I don't think we're talking to Troy. I'm talking to Troy about it. They don't.
The players don't.
Yeah, the players don't, and I don't think the coaches sometimes hear it on the sideline even.
Of course not. They're in the middle of everything. They're trying to figure it out.
So you know, he did mechanically what he was supposed to do. I don't know how quickly they got to the line. You know, do you let them match up because of the ineligible substitution thing and the hurry up thing? That's not the same thing. I don't know, but it's against the intent of the rule.
So what do you suggest when the competition committee talks about this? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I mean, a lot of people say you ought to go with what the college rule is that says you have to have 5 guys lined up 50 through 79 inside period. But you can't do that because college have 100 players. In the NFL, you're playing with 46. So sometimes you need to make those numbering exceptions. I don't know unless you say that if you're going to have a numbering exception with an ineligible number going to eligible that they have to line up in the formation. But that doesn't work because you get them lining up as fullbacks and halfbacks.
How about this? And if there's an eligible receiver must report as ineligible outside of the numbers. Physically have to tell an official outside of the numbers when they're coming onto the field, I'm ineligible. Because that means that they can't just break the huddle and say, oh, by the way, I'm ineligible, and then with 3 seconds before a snap, this person is suddenly, the whole free world is supposed to know that he's ineligible because somebody just made an announcement.
Yeah, of course.
See, I'm always making suggestions.
Yeah,
what do you think of that?
Some good, not some good.
What do you think of that?
Not very good, and that's okay. But I think, again, now, Bill Belichick, even if, Bill Belichick could have done this and not told him that Shane was going to line up outside. He could have done that without telling him that, and it's still legal.
But the physical
I'm not as quick as you to come up with solutions.
The geographic spot of reporting must be outside of the numbers.
Here's what's going to happen, I do think, and I think it'll happen before this weekend because it's a copycat league.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen is the referees will get a notice that says, okay, at this point on, in a regular scrimmage down formation, forget the kicks, okay, you must actually maybe even stop the game and report to the defense. Go into the defensive huddle and say, okay, understand 47 or 34 is ineligible. And they're going to have to make more of an emphasis to report it.
I would agree to that.
And I think that's probably, they may
That
take
would
that
solve
action.
this problem.
But what if you're going no huddle? What if you're going hurry up? And there is no huddle.
If you go to hurry up, then you get the matchup right anyway.
It would be on the
So,
first down. After that, it's just a
Yeah.
continuation of ineligible guys all over the place.
But these coaches, they're pretty smart. And I'm telling you what, I've said this before, and the coaches always get mad at me. If you can figure out how to take advantage of the rule and do it legally, you'll do it.
I'm just wondering, with all the Polaroids and the iPads and everything, guys in the box, that after the first time they did this, they did it several times. After the first time this occurred, why wasn't there some discussion about it immediately? All right, and have John.
That's why John went nutty.
He went nutty.
Crazy.
He got a penalty. He went on the field, but they should have nipped it in the bud after the first one, I thought.
Yeah.
Mike, thanks for coming in. Thanks for staying for a second segment. I appreciate it.
For Mooch, I'd stay for 3 seconds.
I have a
for
solution
Mooch.
to that topic that you were talking about with the catch and the fumbles and all that. Des.
What is that?
Can I have a ball, Chris? Quickly, you got a minute? We got a second.
We got 1 minute because Bobby Wagner's going to call in.
Whoa,
Nice throw.
whoa, good catch.
Throw, Law.
Okay, so here's my thinking.
That's kind of what I do.
Yeah.
You're the guru.
Jiminy Christmas, you almost decapitated
Listen,
me.
Go for it.
when you're a runner, let's say I'm a running back, Mike, okay? All right, 4 points of pressure. I
But
get
you got to get
tackled.
the ball on the other side. I'm the defender.
The ground is my friend.
Yes.
What does that mean? That means if I go down, let's say this is the ground.
The ground's not your friend
listen to
unless
me.
you're touched and go into the
Okay,
ground.
I'm down by
You're not
contact.
touched, right.
Okay, and the ball comes out
gee.
after I hit the ground. I'm a runner.
That's correct.
It's no fumble, right?
That's
Because
correct.
the ground is my friend.
That's correct.
All right, I like the ground. All right.
As long as you were down by
Now I'm
contact
a
by the-
receiver because this is where the inconsistency lies.
Yeah.
Now I'm a receiver. I catch it with 2 hands.
No, you control it with 2 hands.
I control it with 2 hands. I hit 2 feet or a knee or 1 butt equals 2 feet, whatever that is, okay, which should constitute possession, okay?
Control, yes.
Control. But when I hit after all of that, when I hit the ground plays defense. The ground now caused me to have an incomplete
So what's your
pass.
rule change?
So the rule change to me should be consistency between a catch and a runner hitting the ground, that ground doesn't cause an incomplete pass or a fumble. So I know what the process thing is right now, but let's change the process because possession, control, and all that can occur before it hits the ground. Let the ground be my friend in both instances. Thank you.
We gave it to him.
What say you?
By the way, they always give you these softballs like this to throw around or what?
See, but he just, I don't know, man. Look, I say just be simple. 2 hands, 2 feet, it's a catch. Doesn't matter if it's just immediate and you get contacted. Ball comes loose after that, it's a fumble.
And I have
End
a
of
problem
story,
with that
man.
because if I'm going to the ground and I get the ball here and my knee hits just before I hit the ground and it pops out, you want that a fumble? You want that a fumble?
First, I wanted a catch.
No, if the knee hits, you're down by contact, just
No,
like
you're
a
not
runner.
down. I'm talking about a guy that's not touched. You see it a lot of
It
times.
happens all the
So
time
he's not-
again with a quarterback that doesn't slide, that runs out and just spits it up. We've seen Eli Manning do it a couple times,
Yeah.
right? And if we're willing to make a quarterback susceptible to like that, why not anybody else?
Yeah, I don't. You know, it takes him 9 years to get a rule change. But
Mooch,
anyways, we'll
you're the
see.
man. Thanks for coming in.
Hey,
appreciate it. Mike Pereira also here. Bobby Wagner's going to be calling in from the Seattle Seahawks. And our poll question, and also again, do not miss. Get to a television, certainly if you're on a radio, because we've got exclusive look at Mike McCarthy's play sheet. We found out who the New York Bozo.
We did. We found out.
That's our exclusive here on the Rich Eisen Show. That's still to come here. We're going to take a break. In 60 ticks of the clock, one of the best linebackers in all of football, Bobby Wagner of the defending Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, will be on this program. Don't go anywhere. Back with more.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.